Welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Tom Bombadil in a historic Brawl deck. So it's pretty simple. You want to put all of your favourite sagas into the deck. In the deck we have 21 sagas. These are all the best mythics and rare ones. The Kami War is just basically 2 removal spells in 1, and then it becomes a dragon, which gives you other stuff back to your hands. This is going to be vital in giving you a bit of late game advantage. Curabest the Sea God is potentially the best one in the whole deck. Make an 8/8 with hexproof, tap all of your opponent's non-permanents, which is crazy. Then untap and gain control of a permanent after that. It's so evil. If you get this out for free, it feels so wrong. World Spell is a little bit anti-synergistic because phase 1 and 2, you can look at the top 7, you reveal a non-saga to put into your hand, and then the final stage is you put 2 non-sagas from your hand to the battlefield. It's still decent because at least you can put lands in and other things, but just be wary that if you've got a saga heavy like this, you're probably not going to get sagas into other sagas. Don't also forget that the Phyrexians also flip into sagas, so that's quite a cool little addition. So we've got Vorinclex, Shieldred, and Jin-Gitaxias that all flip under their own criteria into these awesome big sagas and give you a lot of advantage. The rest of the deck is essentially a 5-color good stuff shell. You got lots of little rampers, 5 of the 1-drop mana dorks, Bolt, Thoughtseize, Push, Duress, Dark Ritual, Swords, and Fragment Reality. This is like the package that I would probably say try and have in all of your 5-color builds or something similar. It's just ramp, removal, disruption, and yeah, you can kind of fill the deck with just your favorite sagas, and that's exactly why it's so good. Some of the linchpins of the deck, the super synergies. Satsuki, whenever this dies, you can return a saga from your graveyard back to your hand, or return one from the field to your hand, and you can tap this to put a lore count on each saga you control. So you could actually put more proliferation in the deck, which is something, if I was to build this again, I'd probably go a bit more proliferation, but then it doesn't necessarily synergize with Tom Bombadil himself, rather than the cards in his deck. So that's an interesting one to kind of balance. Glissa Sunslayer is great because you can remove lore counters from sagas, which means your sagas will replay over and over again. Especially devastating with anything that like kills. I've just actually realised in this build, which is a bit criminal, and I've been playtesting about 20 games without it, is I do not have Eldest Reborn, because what I did was I filtered by uncommons, rares and mythics, but Eldest Reborn is actually an uncommon saga, which feels so crazily good. Now the question is, what do I take out? There's so many. Maybe Scroll of Isildur, though this does tap stuff. Oh, this is a tough one. One Ring rules them all. I think this is not that great, to be honest. I've tried the One Ring rules them all to rule them all, and it doesn't. It's just not quick enough. It comes in mills, then destroys all non-legendary creatures, which is kind of useless when your opponent has a commander out. So yeah, I'm happy to take out the One Ring to rule them all. It's not so great. But now with the Eldest Reborn that I've remembered to put it in, I think it's going to be a lot better. But yeah, that happens a lot. I make a lot of decks. I forget sometimes perfect cards to put in. A lot of people tell me. But yeah, if you've not, then you should probably like and subscribe to the channel to get more notifications like this. For some strange reason, my videos aren't pushed out to all my subscribers, which is really sad. I put a lot of effort into these videos. It would be nice for people to be able to see them, to click them, to watch them, to continue watching them over as time goes. And just support the channel. The channel's, it always needs support and it always needs your help. So thank you very much for everyone who has already. And let's get into the video. Okay, going against Arcades. A fun deck for once. A Defender's deck. Don't see those very often. Playing on a Saturday, you feel it's a bit demoralising. You just see a lot of the same stuff. But this is nice and different, at least. Spelunking. We want something with a bit of diversity here. Maybe white, blue. I guess we'll go red and then first to rowing games, I suppose. I don't know. I wanted to play a 3-drop there. This can draw us cards too eventually and create gold, which is the bit weird because gold, there was gold before treasures. It's kind of become forgotten now. I'm not going to be able to cast this for a while because it's 2 blue, and this only gives me mana for legendary spells. Teo. This is scary because once Arcades hits, all these become really, really big. Let's see if we can draw something here. A land, please. No land. That sucks. I'm thinking they are going to block, though, because otherwise they lose the ability to make more. Yeah, thought as much. So they play green source, Arcades. They get an army of 4/4s, which is scary. The factory missed a land, though, sucks. So bad. And they get to draw a card as well. Yikes. And it's 5 tiles. It's going to be tricky to deal with. Still no land. That is bizarre. So put the blue down. Can't believe how many we've missed. Right. Let's attack into it. See what happens here. There's 2 scenarios. Okay. That's a good scenario, I suppose. We kill this. At least we have... I don't know. We'll have a gold next turn, so we'll have theoretically mana to do stuff. Maybe use binding on the Arcades, depending on what they do, because this can build up and draw them a lot of cards. Or maybe even phasing. Destroy all creatures and get 2/2s. We'll see. It's a tricky one. I just can't believe the amount of non-lands we got. Murmuring Phantasm. It's cool because it's like a budget build as well. They're all like uncommons and commons. Jeez, that's so many things. We could potentially just die next turn, you know. Seriously, legit. That's got reach. This gains control. Do we just do this and phase out the Arcades? That might be better. Because Arcades is the only thing in their deck that actually turns these online. Well, that's a bit of a lie. There are a couple of other ones. Actually, there's a white-blue one from Ravnica that attacks with their butts. And there's a green one as well. Not sure that's in Arena. But even their land base is basics only. So yeah, this is a pretty cool budget build. Might have to think about doing something like this in a video. If they blow this up, then Arcades still phases back in their upkeep. Enters, create a number of birds. Oh my god. I think they're just going to kill us by himself. Oof. Now where do we phase out? I honestly don't know. This. What do we need? A board. Well, a board up's coming my next turn, making them all into 2/2s, which is actually worse. Draw a card for each tap creature. That could be good. I don't know what to do, to be honest. Get a white source. Comes in untapped as well with a Spelunking, so... Indartha Triumph. 1, 2, 3 left. Gain control of an artifact. I don't know. This is a weird one, to be honest. They're going to Swan Song it, which we actually get a blocker. Okay, we'll just play Satsuki, which when she dies will give us a 2/2. Swan Song, eh? So I, in a way, losing that wasn't as bad as losing like a removal spell. Oh no, they can draw cards. That's also going to survive. What, one of those? Down to 8. My god. That's a rare. So there are rares. Are they going to blow this up? That would be weird. I would kill. Okay, that's a lot of 2/2s. Phasing again? Would that... No, I don't think that's going to help, to be honest. They've got 9 of these. How the heck are we going to survive? We aren't, are we? That's the truth of it. Showdown? I've probably made a lot of mistakes here. There are... The thing about Sagas is, it's not just playing one card. Each Saga has 3 abilities. Enters tapped. Which means enters untapped with Spelunking. Growth Spiral. Arcades comes in their turn. They've got far too many attackers for our blockers. But you know what? It would have been... We would have been dead a lot sooner anyway if they had access to the Arcades. So... oh well. It was interesting at least. They just... I think... do you know what the crazy thing is? This Wingmantle Chaplain. This is the thing that actually... Oh, and a Time Warp. I take it back. It's just like every other deck. Ah. So even if we trade... Yeah, that's lethal. Just accept the blocks. Beat me. And they would have had an extra turn anyway. So even if we survived by the skin of our teeth, it would have happened again. Fair enough. So we're facing a mono-white equipment build with SRAM. And we have an already really fantastic start. I think we'll just go for the Tri-Land first so we have access to push and bolts. And at this point it feels like we're playing a modern deck. Illuminator Virtuoso. Maybe we want to kill that. Double strike in an equipment build is kind of scary, but I think I'd like to maybe hold it back. I don't know, in case they try and equip it with something, we might be able to waste their mana a little bit. Here comes SRAM. And is it going to be a 1-mana equipment? Radiant Grace. So they actually did get to draw a card out of that, which sucks, but... So kill it in response. And they've got so many triggers just from that one activation, one cast. But we didn't have priority to do anything before then, so they're still going to get to draw a card, sadly. But that's why 1-mana removal is so integral to keeping alive. I feel like the game is just so way too fast to not include 1-mana removals. Get to connive as well. And then the Radiant Grace just goes to the bin. No white mana. Oh no, we do. We do have white mana here. There we go. That's going to be nice because we have Elspeth Conquers Death coming up soon, hopefully. But again, this probably won't do anything unless they play something with CMC through a Greater. And it will never hit their SRAM, which is quite annoying. Citizen's Crowbar. So they can actually sacrifice this to destroy Artifact Enchantment. That is kind of annoying, I have to say. Given that we are a Saga deck. Valor of the Worthy. They are really top-loading their guys, aren't they? I guess we'll discard the tower to get it into play for free, which is kind of cool. So this is a 3/3, and if it dies, they get a spirit. I think I'm just gonna... Actually, what's the right play here? Do we just exile the creature? If we exile the creature... I mean, I guess... Would it have been better to exile that? And I don't know. They can just re-equip this. That was probably a bad move doing that. I've still got a kill spell for SRAM. Here he comes. Just attacking with that one. Ooh, Showdown and Skeleton's a really nice hit there. So if I go for Showdown, we might hit a land on the top. Okay, beautiful. And this is white, black for the power word kill. Okay, cool. That's actually worked out kind of nice as well. Assuming they do not have any protection. Beautiful. So they might be torn here to see where the crowbar comes and destroys. Like, it's probably not worth hitting the Showdown now, given that we can just play these either way. But these are some really powerful cards. In a way, it's a bit annoying because we do not have all the mana to use these. Until the end of your next turn, you can play them. Yeah, it's a shame. Halvar. Griffin's Boon. Blimey. They've got so many cheap things that just... Interesting. Double strike. See, now we have to kill Halvar, don't we? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, feels like such a waste. I'd love to get all of those. That is 14 mana's worth of spells. We can only do one. I think we're going to do the Mortality Spear here. Yeah, that's a real shame, because we miss out on 2 really great cards as well. But yeah, I don't like the idea of this having double strike, 4 damage flying a turn we can't block. Very irritating. That was just so many awkward nuts and bolts and cogs there. Elspeth Conquer's Death could have exiled the Halvar, but then we would have missed out on doing those other spells. I don't know. Another double striker. Goodness. Equip 2 and then pay 1. So there's 3 to sacrifice this and blow anything up. The wording on this is just horrific. There's just so many words. Question is, are they going to attack or just blow up the Architect of Restoration? Okay, there it goes. Fair enough. Go for Tom. And I guess we'll leave it back as a blocker. They've got 21 life. I find it unlikely we're going to deal combat damage anytime soon. As much as it is risky, it would be good for them to play a big spell so we can exile it with the ECD. Heliod's Punishment, that's annoying. So it has no abilities. Esper Sentinel, okay. You know what, guys? I'm pretty sure the Spirit's going to kill us. It's going to freaking kill us. Let's cycle this to see what we get. Oh my goodness. To each creature and each opponent, so we might as well block. Well, that was a god top deck, wasn't it? Because it's going to save us in many ways. 2 damage to all things. Absolutely beautiful. And we might as well just take one of these stupid counters off. The world's most annoying pacifism. At least we can get out of it. It's just going to take 3 more turns to do that. The Conundrum of Bowls. This is basically Goldilocks and the Porridge. If they use another kill spell on Tom Bombadil, that's a 2-for-1, so I'm not too worried about that. It's actually really tempting to discard some cards to the Elder Dragon War here. Although Conundrum is kind of good, because it gets us more cards. So maybe that's a bit of a mistake to get rid of this. Maybe get rid of the ECD, depending on what they play. If they don't play a 3-drop, then we probably just discard this to the Elder Dragon War. Okay, that's another good discard hit as well. So I get rid of those 2. Oh gosh, and another land. Seek a card with mana with less than the number of cards. So we get something that costs 1. And then next turn, we get something that costs more. Greater than the number of cards in your hand. So if we keep stuff in our hand, I think I'm actually going to keep 3 cards so we get something bigger. And then stage 3, count the number of cards in your hand. You may cast a spell with mana value equal to that number without paying its mana cost. Oh my goodness. Another thing. Why does this feel so trolly? I don't know. I just don't feel like we can do anything. And a Curse of Silence. So they've basically built SRAM Prison. This is SRAM Prison at this rate. That's 3 cards in a row that stop us actually using our commander. Okay. Supreme Verdict. Well, that ain't very useful, is it now? Okay, however, that is pretty crazily good. So we can't use activated abilities, which means Prison Sentence was just a stupidly way better version of Helios Punishment, and it makes me wonder. Yeah, I guess. Farewell. Oh my god. Okay, that sucks. As if they had that. Is this going to be one of those games? Exile absolutely everything. Alright then. It's going to be one of those games. The World Spell. Ah, let's go for that. Phase 1, let's get some extra cards. Non-Sagas, of course, which is... Oh! Whirlwind of Thought. That's just beautiful. Just realised we're at 11 lives, so we have to be careful. If they play a creature, we're just going to Verdict it. We are in a good position, to be fair. The Farewell... I don't know. The Farewell was... bad for them, too. Shieldred, ironically, doesn't even deal with that. Definitely go for this. And this, I suppose. It's going to be difficult for them to come back from this, I have to say. Oh, World Tree. Nice. Lands come in untapped. Crazy. So I would go for Shieldred, but it doesn't get rid of token creatures. So I think it's just going to be better to just absorb a few of these ones and then... yeah, we'll see. They really don't want to go for SRAM. That seems pretty evident here. We're down to 9. Kind of scary. At least the Farewell's gone. Ah, we'll put it into play for free. And of course, the one time we get Whirlwind of Thought, we don't really have any viable spells we want to use. The Verdict is, at this point, it's just a backup spell. If their Castle Ardenvale kills me, I'm going to be really upset. Need a way to gain life or something. Although saying that if they do kill the Tom Bombadil, then the Verdict is just even more appealing. Binding and Pacifism. Are you serious? So they're going to get 2 more damage in. Cheeky bastard. Fine. Get rid of your silly tokens. Can't believe that. Right, let's go for Bombadil again. Do they have yet? Surely they can't have any more effects that say we cannot do anything. Please. Here comes SRAM. Oh no, not another 1-drop. Seriously? Another 1-drop? Okay. Let's just phase out the SRAM at this point. Phase him out. He does not exist. Duress, that's not going to do anything. And we'll go for Vorinclex. Flip him in the next turn, maybe. Although saying that, the phasing of Zalfir, this is bad timing, actually. I probably shouldn't have done this. And you know what? I might lose because I'm losing my creatures here. But we'll see. 15. We're going to do 10 more on the next turn. Saying that, if we phase something out with the phasing, phase one of our own things, then it won't die to the board wipe. So actually, I think I'm going to find myself doing that. It's been a pretty tense game. Considering we have all 5 colours and they have only mono white, they have done incredibly well. Skyclave Apparition. Ah, oh, there goes the Whirlwind. Kind of want to draw a card. I know the timing of this is bad. It means we won't get 4/4 because we're exiling it before it exiles ours. And they're going to do that in response for some reason. Okay. Regal Bunnycorn. We're going to die, aren't we? I think we're actually going to die, guys. Going to phase out the Vorinclex. Because everything's going to die next turn. Scroll of Isildur. Okay. Let's just keep him back for now. I feel like we're going to lose this game, you know. Honestly. Defiler of Faith. Well, that's going to die. Interesting. But they do get 2/2s back. Wow, that would have been a hyper aggressive move. Ooh, Scriptures is good because this is gonna clean up the things that don't die here. Well, that doesn't really matter too much because they're gonna die anyway. Oh, apart from he does have indestructible, so actually that's pretty decent. We get to kill one of these. Okay, that worked out kind of well. So next turn, that's going to phase back in. Are we dead? I feel like I have to do this. No, the Shram's going to come back in, isn't it? But then our Vorinclex dies as well. Yeah, my goodness. Arch of Araska. Let's see if they draw that. They're going to start drawing cards now. Okay. So we're going to be down to 3. Seriously. Any number of god cards. Do we have any gods? I don't think we do. Do we have any gods? No, I honestly don't think we do. Satsuki. Okay. That actually could be kind of nice. Kill the stuff, reveal the hand, and then draw. My goodness. Oh, the sequencing was... We destroyed... Okay, whatever. That means we didn't get to draw any cards, sadly. Down to 3. We could die to something really weird. I should have sequenced it. Draw a card for each tap creature before the board wipe. Oh well. It was just way too many things going on. Way too confusing. And yet another card that stops us doing something. And other things. So yeah, we'll definitely discard those, I think. Although the Duress would have been good to see what they had. Glimpse and Explore. That's not very nice. for us, but more blockers is always good. Flipping hell. Just loads and loads of ramp spells. We've kind of just... Okay, we've just run out of basics. I'm going to keep this guy back to block in case something goes wrong. What could go wrong here? If they have anything with haste or an equipment to give SRAM that goes like trample or over the top or gives them lifelink, we could be in a hell of a lot of trouble. I just do not feel safe at 3, even though they're mono white. Jeez. We've tried so hard to win this. Okay, they've got 4 mana. They cannot deal with all our stuff. They don't have another farewell, that's for sure. Or an Ugin. Demotion. They're going to draw another. Flipping hell. Unbelievable amount of cards I've drawn from that SRAM. Oh. They actually had 2 removal spells there. That's actually kind of crazy. 1. Which means that if we had actually cracked this fetch earlier on, we would have lost. That was how tight that game was. My God. What the hell? It was that game was weird. It was almost like the game was saying, no, we don't want you to win. It was like visibly seeing every ounce of me getting destroyed piece by piece. It just felt weird, the opponent having every single solution at all times, you know. That farewell. It's just, yeah, I'm very lucky I won that, but it felt like it was really stacked. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.